Soaring high above the Willamette. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble.
And the basket by Lillard. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus. And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. May not have the height, but Beverly has good length. A 37-inch vertical. Nasty.
And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And George with the stuff.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
The 3 from George. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. And it's Lillard missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard up top, defended by Beverly, and it's Lillard missing.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Leonard. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Ariza against Leonard. Passes to Lillard. Another shot. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Nurkic, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Lillard against Beverly. Zubac. That shot off the mark. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Ariza passes to Lillard. Over Beverly. That one off the back iron and out.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Got a piece of it. Morris with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Here's Beverly. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Beverly missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Lillard. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
It's George on the wing. Takes a three. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 7.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here is Lillard. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. 5 on the clock. Lillard from outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. Obviously not helping their cause.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Trent, and the rejection by Harrell. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Jackson, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside gives enough space, waits, elevates, quality block shot by the big fella.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Jackson is out there with Williams. And it's JaMychal Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harrell in at the 5, roaming the paint. And they're running. And it's blocked.
Rodney has those long arms. He can block your shot. A tenacious defender.
Outside Jackson. And the pass to Green. Stolen by Collins. Here we go, one-on-one. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Whiteside. Three-pointer. Shot by Collins, no good.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Little with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. Hood, the pass to Little. Portland moving the ball around. Now the dish to Whiteside. Pass to Trent. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Good poise, good pass from Whiteside. Hassan with beautiful vision on that play.
And they double up Jackson. Pass to Green. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Clippers lead by 9. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Trent, guarded by Green. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coach in the Celtics? Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
A three from McCollum, and the three ball is good. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
George finds Leonard. Morris outside. And here's George for three. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
George with the bucket. George has got 11 points.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Lillard with it, now guarded by Harrell. Yep, that one goes.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
The consummate team player, Paul George, is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also.
Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Damian Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. In the corner, George with it. The tray. And again, no good by the Clippers. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got the lead up to 1 now for Portland. 1 second left. That one, no good. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back. It was a shaky first quarter for Portland. A big part of the problem was their defense. And that does it for our...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, down low.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Lillard against George. And it's off from three-point range. And they're moving it up. And stolen by Lillard. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Nurkic in the post. Zubac's defending. Lillard against Beverly.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Leonard with the bucket.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Beverly against Lillard.
Ugly start to this half, hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Lillard with the bucket. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only one miss in 5 attempts.
Nurkic kicks to McCollum. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. The putback. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Lillard against Beverly. Now here's Ariza. Defense right on him. Back to Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Beverly wide open. Zubac's great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. And that's 15 points for George. 1:04 left to play here in the third. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard with the bucket.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
Leonard on the wing. 41 seconds left to play in the third. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. So Portland ends up going with the new group. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Here's Trent. He kicks it to Hood. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Liking how Rodney Hood seeks contact on his shot, demonstrating once again that he's not going to back down from anyone.
Both free throws good from Hood. There's 21 seconds left in the third. Williams scanning the floor. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The thing about Lou Williams, he sort of glides around, then suddenly he hits the turbojet.
Fires the three. A shot that time, not on target. No good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Montrezl Harrell is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. Hood, the pass to Trent. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Whiteside. And the rejection by Harrell.
He's a guy with all-star talent. It's been a long road for Whiteside, but he has a chance now to do something special.
Hood against Jackson. He feeds it to Green. Over Collins. Poked away. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Harrell. On the wing, Williams. From outside, off the mark.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Williams passes to Harrell. Williams comes over with the double team. And the wide open shot from Green. It doesn't go for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And it's Whiteside off the drive. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Shamet the pass to Williams. The putback, Harrell. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 5 rebounds tonight. Green with the block.
One of JaMychal's strengths is his shot blocking. Whether he's down low or on the perimeter, he gets up quickly.
Out left to the wing. Hood kicks to Little. Clock at 6 to take the lead. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got him all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
On the wing, Williams. And there's the pass to Harrell. Now, here's Shamet. Tight defense on him. Can they get it? The putback. Portland grabs the miss. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's foul number 2 for him. Lillard's checked in for Portland. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Whiteside, the pass to Lillard. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
I don't get it. He was so efficient in the first half, 0 turnovers. But since the break, he's been a disaster.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And a wide open look for McCollum. The Trailblazers rebound. Whiteside finds Anthony. Lillard against George. And Lillard gets it to go.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
It's George on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. A 3 from Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Now Lillard. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers trail. And Beverley kicks to Morris. On up the court. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Lillard third attempt. Oh!
Yes.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
And it's Zubac to top the key. Morris looking over the floor. Taken away by Anthony. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop it. Oh!
That's what I'm talking about. That was nice.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
What confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Morris. Portland grabs the miss.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic has checked in. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Stolen by Beverly. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And George with the stuff.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Beverly against Lillard. Shot clock at 5. From 18 feet away. Good!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Misses there. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. folks, to what promises to... DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin and...
Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. And it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now, here is Irving. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Durant wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound. Passes it to LeVert. Irving with the ball. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Durant, the pass to LeVert. Bucket is good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now, here is Irving. Here's Dinwiddie. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score, an instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Zubac finds Leonard. To the left side wing. Beverley against Irving. Zubac, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And the Nets miss again.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Now, here is Irving. 3-pointer. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
And George gets it to go.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
KD passes to Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
In transition, here come the Nets. LeVert kicks to Durant. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. In the corner, Irving with it. To the inside. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Now, here is Morris. To the paint. And it's sent back by KD. George, that's a 2-pointer. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's George missing.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
So, for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Now here's Harrell. Morris passes to Shamet. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. Prince finds Harris. Inside. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Prince. Back to Jordan. Pass to Luwawu. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Harrell. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. To the middle. Here's Shamet. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Irving. It's Prince on the wing. Now the pass to Jordan. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard. Tipped away. Williams kicks to Shamet. A three from Morris. But they get it back. Williams passes to Morris. Shamet on the wing. A three from Leonard. Offensive rebound.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Outside Prince. Down low. Here's Jordan. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Leonard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Leonard's got 5 points so far. Irving for three. That shot no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Luwawu is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. Karis LeVert comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Hits it from three-point range.
One thing I love about Joe Harris, he has now become confident in catch-and-shoot situations. He wants to be assertive.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Shot clock at 5. Lets the three fly. And Paul George, good for the 3. George has got the lead back up to 5 now for the Clippers. LeVert finds Dinwiddie. Here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And the Nets also making a change. Allen's checked in for Joe Harris. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. Durant for 3. Offensive rebound, Nets. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, Karis LeVert giving you a glimpse into how high that vertical goes. That is nice.
Pass to Beverley. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Green kicks to Beverley.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Durant with it. George picks him up. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
Well, listen, you do the best you can to make Kevin Durant take tough shots. But this guy, lightning quick release, unbelievable shooter, so hard to guard him.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. And Kawhi Leonard comes in for Reggie Jackson. Prince is checked in for Brooklyn. LeVert the pass to Allen. Nets passing it around. And here's KD for three. Dinwiddie attacking. Puts the move on. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And guys, I think the future is so bright for Jared Allen. We're talking about an athletic, mobile big man who has already proven to be an accomplished two-way player.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Paul George. And the Nets also making a change. Luwawu checked in. Outside Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
But Kawhi Leonard is 230 pounds of nothing but pure strength. What a finish at the rim.
A three ball. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Count the basket. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Beverly the pass to Zubac. Beverly against Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here's the fast break. The three from KD. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback. Luwawu's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter. Didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them. And now they're showing what they can do offensively.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The open shot, Durant, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Outside Leonard. Shoots off the step back. No good that time. It's tipped. Stolen by Zubac. And a close game so far through the first. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the and
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. Pass to Irving. KD with it over Morris. The shot by KD. No good. From deep, George. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
On the wing, Morris. Back to Williams. Pass to Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to rest of the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's KD. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Jackson against Irving. To the inside. The pass to LeVert. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. And the Nets making a change here as well. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Durant. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Harrell. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. The Nets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Harris dishes to Jordan. Here's Prince. Sweet move. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Boy, gets the bucket through the contact. Taurean Prince, he earned every bit of that one.
Outside Jackson. And here is Shamet. Pass to Williams. Harrell with it. Guarded by Jordan. 5 to shoot. Harrell drives in. And Harrell slams it down hard.
What a move from Montrezl Harrell. Put that one on the highlight reel.
Harris looking it over. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Green. The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the 2 of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges means that he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
And on the way from Irving for 3, it's good from long range. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
And it's Shamet missing.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. George is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Lou Williams. And the Nets also making a change. Dinwiddie's checked in for Karis LeVert. Clippers leading by 4. To the middle. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Beverley. Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And a wide open look for Irving. Good on the 3-point shot.
That's his 2nd make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
Outside for George. And Jordan sends it back.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
Again, Irving missing. Now Beverly, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Clippers on top, up by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So for Brooklyn now, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Passes to George. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Allen finds Dinwiddie. Durant with it. He's against Morris. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And that'll be 2 free throws come. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now here's Durant. Shot clock at 6. Over Morris. And the Nets miss again.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. He's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
It's Durant on the wing. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Irving from long range. Doesn't go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. The shot by George, wide open. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually. Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 4. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jared Allen.
What you have to love about Patrick Beverly is the long road to the NBA and his commitment to getting there. Think about this, guys. 3 different European leagues before he signs with the Rockets. I don't know how you can't appreciate that kind of work ethic.
LeVert's checked in for Harris.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo!
And Beverly kicks to Zubats. Outside, George. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
KD passes to LeVert. Durant against Morris. Durant dishes to Allen. Outside Irving. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Good. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, we know Kevin Durant is one of the elite players in the NBA, and if there's a big shot to be made, he wants to take it.
Beverly, the pass to George. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Here's KD. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Well, you see the assertiveness inside from Kevin Durant. He is so good at finishing in different ways.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Feeds it to Dinwiddie. Outside Durant, in the corner, Irving with it. On the wing, Irving. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. George, no good. And here are the Nets. They trail by 3 to tie it up. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Let's remember, this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Irving from long range. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Williams kicks to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
That will count. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot, no good. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. That was a fun night of David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they do right now. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Outside Irving for 3. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Durant wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Allen against Nurkic. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone. And Jusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, he had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. He was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Irving for 3. He can't get that one to fall.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from him.
Such a force as Allen goes to the line. A real throwback. Jared is a center who primarily operates near the hoop.
And the first one drops.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, 1 step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from D.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Irving kicks to KD. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his first foul. For Portland, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. McCollum against Dinwiddie. And good that time.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Lillard against Irving. The 3. Ariza with the rebound. The Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And the shot goes in.
Lillard plays with great pace. He's outstanding at knowing when to pull up off the dribble.
Irving passes to...
Oh! Phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
Lillard surveying the D. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie. It's Ariza on the wing. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Irving for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
McCollum outside. The 17-footer. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. McCollum's got his second bucket tonight.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Inside, here's Jordan. The kick out to Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
McCollum with the ball. He has 5. Ariza outside. Trent passes to Ariza. A 3 from McCollum. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Here's Jordan, who's back up. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Ariza has the open look, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Got it off in time, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the team's camaraderie.
What we've learned is staying together, staying with it, staying positive.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Whiteside. Collins is out there with Little. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 1 spot.
And a bounce-back season for Whiteside. Got the minutes he wanted with Portland and showed he could still be an impact player.
Yeah, Joe, he showed he's still a monster when it comes to blocks and rebounds. This year will be the most telling with Whiteside. Got a new deal. I want to see if he keeps pushing himself or reverts to lazy play.
Portland shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. Karis LeVert's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. KD's shot is good.
Oh, well, when KD's the man running the pick and roll, good things happen. He understands the movement of his teammates, and he can read the defense like nobody else.
Passes it to Lillard. The putback. It's good on the putback. Whiteside's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Another one falls for Brooklyn.
He's standing almost 7 feet tall. With that kind of skill, that kind of height, athleticism, his mid-range jumper, it'll always be there for Durant.
And Lillard kicks to Hood. Lillard against Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Here's Whiteside. Pass to Lillard. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Whiteside.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Harris dishes to KD. To the paint and stolen by Whiteside. And a wide open look for Hood. Buries it from three-point range. Hood's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Harris passes to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. For the three. Shot clock reset for the Nets. Outside, KD. Down low, Allen. That shot off. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Hood on the wing, guarded by Harris. Pass to Little. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Here's LeVert. 2 points. That one goes.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Portland leading by 11. Now, here's Lillard. And it's good. 2 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Collins against KD. Count that one. Durant's got 6 points in the quarter.
With the run he's on in the second quarter, I mean, his field goal percentage is tremendous right now.
Out to the right wing. Little passes to Hood. Kicks to Little. Lillard against Dinwiddie. Right at the free throw line. They get it back. Whiteside kicks it out to Lillard. Count it from 12.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Nets trail by 13. KD on the wing. He's guarded by Collins. And Harris wide open. He shoots off target from three-point range. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Little finishing it off.
Oh, the awareness on display. Hood just isn't a good scorer. He's also skilled at getting it to his open teammates.
The pass to Dinwiddie. Harris kicks to KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And so it's Portland, 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, you're watching a tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. He's been a different player than he... And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. That's the group for Jacques Vaughn getting going here in the second half.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Out to Anthony. LeVert against Ariza. Here's Nurkic. Ariza. Great positioning on the putback.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
To the middle. Here's Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Irving's got 5 now. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the 2 teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season, they're the 2 teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the 3 and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it. From 12 feet out, and that one's good. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
They made the most of their halftime adjustments. They're shooting 80% so far in the second half.
Irving's shot is good.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Trailblazers leading by 15, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Portland with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. To the inside, Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Love the unselfish mindset. I mean, McCollum is always looking to set his guys up.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's Luwawu. No points in the game yet for him. Irving from long range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
Ariza against Harris. Ariza dishes to Carmelo. And that one hits back iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Portland leading by 17. Inside. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Irving. Yes, that goes in. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And here's McCollum for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's Ariza with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Trent, covered by Irving. 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And that one, good. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Irving for 3. Good on the triple. Irving's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Nets.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
McCollum passes to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And all Nurkic needs is good positioning. Once he has this, dunking is easy.
Nets trail by 18.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
McCollum outside. Alley-oop try.
I like how Irving gets after it on defense, using his speed to stick with his man and make life difficult for him.
And so it's Portland in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. What a night they've had in. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the floor for Portland. Whiteside is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Free throw line jump shot. Tips it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Irving surveying the floor. Fires the three. That shot off. And it's Portland the other way. Stolen by LeVert. Allen, that's good.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Lillard against Irving. From past the arc. And Damian Lillard, good for the 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
Here's Irving. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Lillard outside. This one for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. LeVert with a wide open look. Kept alive.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Lillard outside. Out to the wing. Passes it to Whiteside. He kicks to Nurkic. Great D that time from Jordan. Nets trail by 17. Three-pointer, LeVert drains the three-pointer.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Irving against Lillard. To the paint. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Irving. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Irving's got 15 points here in the second half. Outside against Allen. Lillard, the pass to Ariza. Puts it up from 15. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Durant comes in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Taurean Prince.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Trailblazers.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Lillard against Irving. And that one's good, Lillard.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Swanigan, he's checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Anthony. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Pass to Swanigan. Back to Collins. Here's Hezonja. Hands the shot with nobody near him. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Karuch grabs the board.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about. And with
good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Now here's Leonard. Following the missed shot by Nurkic. The shot by George, wide open. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And Patrick Beverley sneaking in right there, always looking for ways that he can help support the team.
Lillard against Beverley, and Lillard gets to Ariza. Nurkic with it, passes to Anthony. 3-pointer, Lillard. Not going to go that time.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
McCollum, no good.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
George, and it's George finishing it off.
Sweet finish from Paul George there. I like to see him get up to the rim like that.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Offensive rebound. Nurkic. McCollum passes to Nurkic. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control, even at full speed.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Lillard looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Nurkic, it's good on the putback.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 4. Here's George. Rebound by Nurkic. For Portland, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
And a guy who was considered somewhat NBA ready when he entered the league, it's taken Morris a few years to get used to it. But now he's starting to be a consistent contributor.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are the guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the team. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Now, here's Shamet. Here's Green. Now, here's Shamet. Goodbye, Hood. And that one's good, Shamet. Trailblazers trail by 6. 56 seconds left here in the opening quarter. A pass to Whiteside. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, even with the contest, Whiteside's going right through you. That's how strong he is.
George double teamed over to the left wing. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Out left of the wing. Now here's Hood. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The putback, and Whiteside stays right with it.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
They're running. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run. Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining... Whoa!
Yikes.
I mean, that's a rugged play.
Gracious. You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
He lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. A clear look for George, and the Clippers miss again. Portland trailing here. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
Here's Williams. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Hood drives in. Here's Collins, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Not just an inside scorer, Collins obviously can stretch you out to the three-point line, this time from the mid-range.
Now here's Williams. He's tightly guarded. Harrell dishes to Green. Outside for George. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. That one's swatted.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. Leonard, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Down low. Lillard against Beverley. Now Lillard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
McCollum and a Shamet with the rebound. The Clippers trail. And here we go. Here's Leonard and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here we go, all alone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Pass to Leonard. Goes up on the wing, and he hits the jump shot. Leonard's got his first basket of the night.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
And it's Lillard missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard way outside. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers shooting well, 50% from the floor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here's of Nurkic. He's checked in for Whiteside. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Beverly against Lillard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Got to put a body on there. Just too big down low.
And here is Shamet. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Leonard attacking. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Right side, Leonard. Jackson up top, covered by Lillard. And Jackson gets it to go.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And it's Ariza with the ball for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. To the inside. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Here's Shamet. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. Hey, thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 14 points. And that does it for our
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lillard against George. From 12 feet out. Here's Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubats.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for George. Portland also making some changes. Collins comes in for Anthony. Rodney Hood subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does just because you're on your heels most of the time.
Lillard attacking. Nurkic, he kicks to Collins. Nurkic trying to get open. They get it back and finished off by Nurkic.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Pass to Green. Up and in on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Lillard against Beverly. That one doesn't go. And it's Portland the other way. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. It's Williams with the drive. That one falls. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
In a way, Lou Williams, a little bit like J.R. Smith, he'll welcome the chance to finish off, especially if it's a difficult shot.
McCollum finds Whiteside. Back to McCollum. To the middle. It's deflected. And stolen by Harrell. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Good route there from Beverly in transition. So quick and then really decisive on his line to the basket.
McCollum against Beverly. McCollum passes to Whiteside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles leading by 4. Nobody near Williams. And the 3 off target. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Leonard, he's checked in for Green. Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamit's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Williams. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Little comes in for Hood. Pass to Leonard. Shamit on the wing. No good with the triple.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
On the wing, George. Kicks to Harrell. On the wing, Jackson.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Trent passes to Carmelo. Stolen by George. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Andrew Shamet is out there with Jackson, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's George finishing it off.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum with the ball. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. It's hauled in by Trent. Trent's got 4 rebounds in this game. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Ariza with a nice job of running wide out there to complete the break.
Leonard kicks to Jackson. Misses the 3.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
To the right side. Trent passes to Little. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Leonard kicks to Shamet. On the wing, Jackson. Shamet on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's McCollum. And he banks in the layup.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Leonard on the wing. Puts up a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one to take the lead. Lillard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
On the wing, Morris. Zubac. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. Zubac has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And it's George finishing it off.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, huge shot at this moment in the game.
Inside, and Lillard throws it down.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Clippers moving the ball around. There's the pass to Leonard. And here's George for 3. Portland grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. 8 for 15 with that made basket. But he's not satisfied yet.
Well, you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
And to Lillard, the 9-foot shot, and he connects with the jumper. And that's now 17 points for Lillard.
On a roll now. He is on fire.
And here's George for 3. And it's George again missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Lillard with it, guarded now by Morris. And that one's good, Lillard.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
On the wing, George. It's in!
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Pass to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. Lillard misses. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag. Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. George passes to Jackson. Here's Leonard. Money!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Lillard on top, defended by George. And the call on, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
Here's George. Count it!
When you're given the ball as much as Lou Williams has gotten it through the years, he's experienced enough to make those kind of plays.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Here's Morris. Here's Zubac. Dinwiddie with the steal. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court. Finishes the job.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Beverly looking around. There's the dish to Morris. Beverly against Irving. Beverly the pass to Zubac. 5 on the clock. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker.
Now here's Irving. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. KD bats for 2.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Morris against Irving. Allen dishes to Irving. Tries from the block. A second chance effort. Allen passes to Irving. Morris with the rebound.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Here's KD. Durant with another miss.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And George kicks to Leonard. Outside for George. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Paul George with the steal. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Can't hit that one.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
That one goes in. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
A multi-talented scorer with range. You want to get Leonard as many touches as possible.
Irving dishes to KD. LeVert the pass to KD. LeVert kicks to KD. A shot off that time. The Clippers go the other way with it.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time. Woo! Love it, love it. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Nets trail by 7.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now here's Durant. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Attacking the heart of the defense, Durant on the finishing end of a smart play design.
Beverly the pass to George. Zubac kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Allen with the rebound. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dinwiddie finds Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
I mean, running the court with the speed of a guard. Hard to keep up with Durant once he gets out in the open floor.
Leonard the pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got 9 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Outside Irving. That will count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves? And
well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Harrell in at the center, locking down the middle. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Williams. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Another thing coaches love about Williams, he's a high percentage free throw shooter who gets to the line often.
And both free throws good for Williams.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Outside Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
They're not shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Now here's Williams. Here's Harrell. Green breaking loose. And Harrell slams it in.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
Irving for three. But they recover it. Prince kicks to Irving. Jordan against Harrell. Second chance shot. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And it's blocked. Harris looking it over. And he's good on the three ball. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Williams. The pass to Jackson. Prince with the defensive effort.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Dinwiddie is checked in for Irving. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Fires from deep. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Bobbed up there for Green. The rebound by Prince.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
A nice shot by Harris.
Working in that mid-range area, the analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
Clippers trail by 5. Dinwiddie with the steal. To the middle. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
Williams passes to Shamet. Williams inside, guarded by Jordan. Green, no luck. Brooklyn leading by 7. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Durant's checked in for Luwawu. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Nets miss again.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And stolen by Prince. And here they come.
Arguably the most athletic center in the game, DeAndre Jordan is always a threat on the fast break.
Harris against Williams. Feeds it to Green. A 3 from Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
Williams finds Leonard. Leonard on the wing. Shot to stop the run, and Jordan sends it back. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And it's intriguing. Early on, critics questioned DeAndre's commitment to the game. But boy, has he answered them back.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A nice show being put on tonight by DeAndre Jordan. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And that...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Jordan, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. Here's George, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Irving's checked in for the Nets.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Beverly against Irving, and he goes in for the dunk.
may not have the height, but Beverly has good length. A 37-inch vertical. Nasty.
Irving looking for an opening. Pass to Durant. And here is Allen. Down low. Shot clock at 6. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Allen. Irving's got 11.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Here's George. Pass to Zubac. And the wide open shot for Morris. The offensive rebound. He kicks it to Beverly. The shot by George. Wide open. Offline with his 3. Nets leading by 13. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Luwawu's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here too. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Leonard. LeVert finds Irving. Stolen by Zubac. Jackson down low. LeVert defending. Morris with the bucket.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, GA. 4 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Allen. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. KD with it. Guarded now by Morris. And on the way from Irving for 3. And it's Allen with the jam.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
And here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's sent back by Irving. And he gets it back. And that one's good. Beverly. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. Durant, the pass to Irving. Back to Durant. Passes it to Luwawu. 6 on the shot clock. And it goes down 2 points. Durant's got 8.
And that's where KD just feasts with this team. When it comes to those spot-ups, he's as good as anyone in the league.
Here's Jackson, and the shot is good.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. And the pass to LeVert. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 13. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Torian Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabaret. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Williams dishes to Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. He's got 11.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
In the corner, it's Harris. Jordan kicks to Prince. Pass to Durant. Takes the 3. Out to Harris. Up in time. Wow, huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Leonard down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. And it's Williams at the point. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Outside, George. Pass to Harrell. On the wing, Williams. Dinwiddie covering. Here's George. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Taurean Prince. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Morris is checked in. And here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Nets passing it around. Durant wide open. He fires. Out to Harris. Outside Irving. Passes it to KD. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively. They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Irving for 3. Durant kicks to Harris. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Over Morris. That doesn't go either for Durant. Clippers trail by 10. And here's Leonard from 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
They get the rebound. Jordan dishes to Durant. Over Leonard. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Nets lead by 12.
That's easy money for KD. He's always had great touch from the mid-range.
Harrell finds Shamet. Leonard with the ball. Offensive rebound. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Harris. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Landry Shamet. Nets leading by 10. And on the way from Irving for 3. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. Durant at the elbow. Wound up there for Allen. An emphatic LU jam.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be.
Oh!
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. To the paint. Here's Allen. And Allen slams it in.
And it's just competing. And, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
The three. The shot comes out.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Irving kicks to LeVert. Here's the three. Morris with the rebound. The three from Leonard. That shot misses. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
At the line for your Nets.
First one falls for him.
In terms of height, Durant was not a late bloomer. Already a 6-footer in middle school.
And so Durant nails them both.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin.
for the land of the...
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, D.A., take it away.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard against Irving. And here are the Nets. Up top, Durant, covered by Anthony. KD passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Durant. 5 on the clock. And there it is for him.
Well, those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone.
Lillard surveying the D. From 18 feet away. Portland again missing.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Left side, KD. And it's off from 3-point range. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Now, here's Nurkic. Shot clock at 3. Ariza finds Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Here's KD. Pass to LeVert. Back to Durant. Good work there as it goes. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Irving. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Deflects the pass. Here's Ariza. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. No good from Irving.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Takes it from 10. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Again, Irving missing. Portland leading. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Kicks it to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Lillard. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Irving for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Nets trail by 5. Fires for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic just got his 5th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Back to Ariza. It's McCollum on the wing. Lillard with it. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Durant attacking at the elbow. It's Allen. Irving with a clean look. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Here's Trent from outside the arc. That shot missing. And so it's Portland bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm and had a big game, the next game I would be like, I don't want to come out.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Kyrie Irving is out there with Luwawu, and it's Harris in at the small forward. And here's Harris from the arc. And that one is off. And it's Portland the other way. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And stolen by Jordan. Stolen by Collins. And here comes the break. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Right side kicks to Collins. Pass to Hood. From deep three-point range. Jordan with the rebound. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. And here's Harris from the arc. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Trailblazers leading by 13. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Jordan finds Harris to end the run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, you can be a second-round selection and still make it in the NBA. Joe Harris, because of his commitment to work, has carved out a nice career for himself. This guy is a lights-out three-point shooter.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Nets also changing it up. Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Little, guarded by Prince, and stolen by Harris. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Dinwiddie with the ball. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And here's McCollum for three. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 6 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Jordan. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Prince. Back to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. The drive by Nurkic from 10 feet out. That one wide left. Nets trail by 14. The three from KD. Stolen by McCollum. Anthony with it. Guarded now by Durant. Allen against Nurkic. Outside Anthony. Back to Nurkic. Clock at 6. Here's Ariza. Portland again missing.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Durant, that's good.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Lillard outside. Hits it from three-point range. He has 7.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
To the inside, Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, why settle for the layup when you can finish with authority? Mr. Allen on the dunk.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers another 3.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Durant deciding where to go with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Anthony.
Well, Kevin Durant is used to absorbing contact on the way up, and when he's this deep, it really puts the defense in a bind.
The Nets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Passes to Nurkic. Anthony on the wing. Back to Nurkic. Lillard against Dinwiddie. Nurkic. And it's sent back by Allen. Count that bucket. And here's Harris from the arc. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to after 2 quarters. It's Portland out in front. They're leading by 16. Kenny, give us your team. And that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Lillard from deep three-point land. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury,
Glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot. This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
The putback, it's good on the putback. Allen's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets.
You know what? That's all about hustle and a nose for the basketball. Tremendous job on the offensive glass by Jared Allen.
LeVert against Ariza. Outside Anthony. Portland needs to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Hood comes in for Trevor Ariza. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. And on the way from Irving for three, it's good from long range. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime. It was just barely above 30%. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
He's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Irving finds LeVert. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. Whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And he gets it to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Trent. He's covered by Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws come. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
In the corner, Collins with it. 1:16 left in the third quarter. And there's the pass to Whiteside. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
LeVert, the pass to Jordan. Back to LeVert. Irving looking over the floor. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable, it creates that much of an advantage for the offense. You have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And the Nets making a change here as well. Harris is checked in.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
And it's Little finishing it off.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by Brooklyn.
Irving for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's the kind of take charge attitude they want CJ to have. Attack the D at every opportunity.
So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for Prince. Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Outside Durant.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Lillard. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Right side, Kevin Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Jordan finds Durant. Dinwiddie attacking, taken away by Anthony. One-on-one here. Here's McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Well, you know the unselfishness and professionalism Trevor Ariza gives you. If there's an open man, he'll find him.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. From deep. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Ariza kicks to Lillard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. And so Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 7. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Lillard against Irving. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Ariza against KD. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's good from Durant.
Well, MVP is already attached to Kevin Durant's name. But what I love, he continues to excel and improve.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. Lillard against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Lillard. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Irving for three. Allen. Here's LeVert. Dinwiddie right side. The Nets working the ball around now. No good from Irving.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Dinwiddie against Lillard. Pass to Carmelo. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Just 5 to shoot. Count that one.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Took him no time at all on that one. Durant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, just the silky smoothness of the release of Kevin Durant. What a treat to watch.
Lillard with the bucket.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. It's Ariza on the wing. Lillard against Irving. No good on the three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13. No good off the back of the rim.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Allen dishes to Irving. The three from KD. Rebound by Nurkic. Ariza outside. Anthony, no one around. They get it again. Nurkic lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.